Have you ever cried in silence? Have you ever felt the tears rolling down your cheeks and quickly wiped them away? Because you thought someone might see you and judge you? We live in a world where crying is seen as weakness. Society tells us, be strong. Don't cry. Tears are for the weak. But today, I want to tell you something different. Something that might change the way you look at yourself forever. Crying is not weakness. Crying is strength. It is one of the purest, most honest, and most powerful expressions of being human. Think about it. When you cry, you're not pretending. You're not hiding behind a mask. You're not faking strength. You are showing your heart exactly as it is. And do you know how rare that is? In a world where people are trained to hide their feelings, the courage to cry is the courage to be real. That is not weakness. That is power. The biggest misconception we grow up with is that crying makes us fragile. Men are told, real men don't cry. Women are told, don't be so emotional, stay strong. Children are told, stop crying, it's a sign of weakness. And so, generation after generation, we learn to bury our tears. We learn to suppress what we feel. We learn to wear a mask of toughness, while inside we may be breaking into pieces. But here is the truth. Suppressing emotions doesn't make you strong. It makes you fragile. Because the more you bury your feelings, the heavier they become. One day, that weight crushes you. Crying is not a breakdown. Crying is a breakthrough. It is your body's natural way of releasing what you cannot carry anymore. Let's talk about science for a moment. When you cry, your body releases stress hormones through your tears. Yes, your tears are literally washing stress out of your system. Researchers have found that emotional tears contain cortisol, the very hormone responsible for stress. By crying, you're cleansing yourself, not only emotionally, but biologically. At the same time, crying activates the release of oxytocin and endorphins, chemicals, in your brain that reduce pain and create a sense of calm. That's why after a good cry, people often say, I feel lighter. I feel better. Crying is your body's way of resetting your emotional system. How could that ever be weakness? If anything, it's a gift. Think about it from another angle. A mother cries when she sees her child succeed. Are those tears weakness? No, they are the tears of pride and love. A soldier cries when he returns home after years of war. Are those tears weakness? No, they are the tears of strength, of sacrifice, of survival. An athlete cries after winning a championship. Is that weakness? No, those tears are victory, dedication, and proof of years of effort. Leaders, celebrities, and even the strongest personalities have cried publicly. And the world respected them more, not less, because their tears made them human, and humanity is what truly connects us all. So why are we so afraid of crying? The answer lies in fear. We fear that if people see us cry, they will think less of us. We fear judgment. We fear rejection. But the truth is, vulnerability is not a flaw. It is the essence of human connection. When you cry in front of someone, you allow them to see your heart. And sometimes that moment of vulnerability creates the deepest bonds. Crying connects us. It tells the world, I feel, I care, I am alive. Let me tell you something powerful. True strength is not in pretending to be strong. True strength is in having the courage to be honest. Anyone can hide behind a mask of toughness. But it takes bravery to take off that mask and say, this is me. This is what I feel. That's what crying is. It's honesty. It's authenticity. And authenticity is the greatest strength a human being can have. Psychologists often say that emotions are like water. If you block water, it builds up pressure until the dam breaks. The same happens with emotions. If you keep blocking your sadness, your stress, your grief, it builds up until one day it explodes in ways that are harmful, through anger, depression, anxiety, or even illness. Crying is like opening a safe valve. It releases the pressure. It prevents the explosion. That's why crying is not only healthy, but necessary. It keeps your mind and heart in balance. Let's look deeper into the healing power of tears. Studies show that crying can actually improve your mood and help you recover from trauma. Crying gives your body a chance to regulate itself emotionally. It clears mental fog and allows you to think more clearly. Many people report that after crying, they are able to make better decisions, to see things with more perspective, and to move forward with new energy. Isn't that incredible? The very act people call weakness is in fact one of nature's greatest tools for healing and growth. Now let's address something important. Society has placed unfair rules on men. Men are told, don't cry, be tough, be a man. And because of this, Countless men hide their emotions, suffer in silence, and feel disconnected from themselves. But let me tell you this, real men cry. Real men feel. Real men are not afraid to show their humanity. Strength is not about how well you hide your pain. Strength is about how honestly you face it. And sometimes the bravest thing a man can do is let the tears fall. To women, let me say this. Never feel ashamed of your tears. You have been labeled as too emotional for far too long, but your emotions are your power. Your tears are proof of your empathy, your care, and your love. They show that you feel deeply, and that is never a weakness. That is your greatest gift to everyone. Regardless of gender, crying does not make you less. It makes you more real, more compassionate, more human. If you feel like crying, cry. Let your heart speak through your tears. Because tears are not a sign of breaking down. They are a sign that you are strong enough to stand back up again, lighter and freer. Think of the times when you cried not out of sadness, but out of joy. Think of the tears that came when you laughed so hard it hurt, or when you achieved something you thought was impossible, or when you finally let go of something that was hurting you. Those tears are not weakness. They are proof that life is moving through you. They are proof that you are living fully. Crying is also an act of courage because it teaches others that they too can be real. When you show your tears, you give others permission to show theirs. You create a safe space where people don't have to hide behind masks. In this way, crying is not only healing for you, it is healing for the world around you. So the next time someone tells you, "Don't cry, be strong," I want you to remember this. You can say, "I cry because I am strong enough to feel. I cry because my heart is alive. I cry because I refuse to be numb." That is the truth. My friend, if your eyes are filled with tears, don't hold them back. Let them flow, because those tears are not weakness. They are your power. They are proof that you have survived, that you care, that you are alive. They are your soul speaking in a language beyond words. Never be ashamed of crying. Be proud of it, because only the strongest hearts dare to cry. So as we close this message, I want you to carry this truth with you. Crying is not the end of strength. It is the beginning of it. Crying is not a sign of defeat. It is the spark of healing. Crying is not weakness. It is courage, honesty, and humanity. If this message touched your heart, if it gave you strength, then don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who needs hope. And remember, this is not the last message you'll hear from us. At Life Live, we are here to remind you of your inner power, your worth, and your potential. So don't forget to like this video, share it with your loved ones, and subscribe to Life Live for more powerful lessons that touch your heart and transform your life.